Hey guys, what's up? Happy 2017. Welcome to 2017. I wanted to start my first video with something that you guys have been requesting, and this is a very casual tutorial. I haven't really gotten ready for the day yet. I just wanted to do my brows on camera for you guys. This is my bushy brow look that I've been doing. Unfortunately, I have a lot of sparseness without hair on this outer part of my brow, and I've started to try this technique where I want it to look like I have brow hair growing instead of doing more of a filled in boxy brow. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing you want to use is soap because it gets all the hairs exactly where you want them to be. This is the one I'm using now. I'll put it in the description box. Next, you want to take a spoolie. I'm just using the end of an eyebrow brush. Make sure that the spoolie is wet. I just ran it under some water. And then I kind of just get it all up in there. It's interesting, but it works. I'm just gonna take the spoolie, and as you can see, it brushes all the hairs upward, and they stay like that. Kind of push these ones this way to make them look even more bushy. So you can see the difference now. Look at these brow hairs are reckless, out of control. These are all pushed upwards, look nice and full, bushy. When they're all pushed up, it does make my eyebrow look thicker because the hairs go all in one direction. It makes them look a little thinner. We don't want that. All right, so I'm just sweeping this product through, and my brows are kind of crazy right now because I feel like last time I threaded them, they were too thin. So I'm trying to grow them out right now. Looking a little crazy. This is definitely my bad brow over here, but we'll fix it in the fill-in process. This brow is just struggling. It's okay though, it's okay. All right, so as you can see now that it's all brushed out, I have a lot of sparseness in my brows. What I'm gonna do first is focus on the more sparse areas and create heavy hairline strokes. I'm gonna use the Benefit Ka-Brow in number 4, and this is just kind of like a brow pomade, and I just use the brush it comes with. It's really cute because it's kind of part of the lid. Just flip it open. Boom. I feel like the way you dip this into the product is pretty important. I find that when I want to make hair-like strokes, I really focus on dipping the tip of the brush in, so this part right here. You just really want to make sure to get a lot of product there because that's really what I'm using to do the hair-like strokes. Lay it all flat on the tip, put a lot of product as well. I'm going to start right here, laying down the point of the brush first, and then creating the hair-like stroke. This one went a little far, it's okay, you could always wipe it off. So I like to fill in the really sparse areas first, that way I can get a grasp of how much product I really need in the rest of my brows. Sometimes you don't really need that much product where you have more hairs, but you add it anyways just because you feel like you need to add it everywhere, but you don't always need to. So it's good to get an idea of what your shape would be like if those sparse areas were, you know, not so sparse. And it's important to note that I'm using a really, really light hand when I'm applying these strokes. I'm not adding a lot of pressure. I want to keep them really light. And if you make one that might be a little too harsh, you could always soften it up later. So don't worry. I do it all the time. It's not a problem. Taking my spoolie and just running it through the brows. So now I'm going to take a clean-ish concealer brush and just clean up the edges of the strokes that I just made if I have any mistakes, or if you want to clean up the brow shape, make it smaller. So this is like the base of our brow hairs. We kind of gave the illusion that we have some brow hairs there, but now we have to kind of soften it and blend it all out. Katie's texting me right now. This bitch, she just sent me this exhibit A of my baby hairs in her video, which I feel is very rude. Look at that. I mean, not much is different right now. I still got those hairs going on strong, but my highlight though, poppin'. You're so rude to me. Going back into the pomade, I'm just going to, even lighter than the first time, try to blur out any hairs that maybe look a little too harsh and start to work on the shape. So once you have the hair-like texture, you can kind of shape the brows a little bit more. So I could see that there's a little discrepancy right here. I'm just gonna go in and try to blur that out. And I'm not adding a lot of product. It's very little product to get the shape. See, they're very light still. We're gonna darken them up, but I need to get the shape with just a little bit of product because I don't want it to look too harsh like I've drawn on the brows. we're gonna kind of go into the front of the brows because I do have some sparseness here. As you can see, there's a little sparseness in this area. So this is even lighter of a touch because it's the front of your brows. You don't wanna look too crazy. So just light strokes upwards. Okay, kind of messed up there. Not gonna lie to you guys. Things happen, okay? If you mess up, just wipe it off. Let's keep it pushing. If strokes were a whisper, that's how light you want to apply it in that section. See, we got the bushiness going on. And some hair growth is happening here. You can continue to add more strokes in any of the sparse areas. I haven't put a lot of product here yet because that's where I have the most hair. So now I'm gonna go in and just add some hair-like strokes in that area so that the color is all the same across the brow. Because this product is a little bit warmer than my brows, I want to make sure it all blends together. So let's lightly go through and add some of that product, not a lot. So now I'm just going in and rounding out the arch. Now that the majority of my brow has hair-like strokes and it all looks a little bit more like natural hairs, I can use the brush to round out the arch and it'll still look pretty natural because it's a very little part of the brow that I'm just rounding out here. Look at that. It looks like we have hairs when we don't. Look at this brow. Look at this brow. This brow, this brow. Hot mess. Fierce. I was trying to think of a word. So this is the finished brow look. I went ahead and did the other side. Same exact technique as the side that I just showed you guys. Actually pretty easy. The trick is to make sure to get the hair-like strokes in first before you shape the brow up, and that's it. It's gonna look like you have growth in places that maybe you don't have growth because, I don't know, you plucked them in 8th grade or you just don't have natural brow hairs. Like, I thought I plucked all my hairs, but looking back at my baby photos, I don't think I ever really had a lot of hair in this area, so this technique really works for me. So that's it for this video. Send me photos on Twitter of your bushy ass brows. I would love to see them, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!